So the settings for the pages are individual to each page. So unless you have duplicated a page, you will need to set the settings for each of the pages. It won't automatically cross over to each of the pages. So I'll run through how you can do this. So obviously the easiest way would be to duplicate the page, or if you're using the templates, you'll need to go in and change each individual setting. So clicking on edit to go into the page first. Once the page loads, I'll run through each of the settings from top to bottom here. I highly recommend turning autosave on so that you don't lose any of your work. This little eye icon means that you can preview what the live version would look like from the front end. The save icon if you're wanting to save as you go along, and then publish. So you can save the site but not push it through to publish. So say if this website was live already, you can go through, make all your changes, and only once you're happy with it, then you click publish. So if you're finding that it's not flowing through to the live version, that may be why. The first step would be to come in here and click publish. Second row, we have add elements, which will be a separate tutorial in itself. And then we have layers. So the page layers are here, and you're able to see each of the sections, and then nested within that is then your row, and we go through the hierarchy. So we've got section, row, and then column, and then the element. So if you're, for example, wanting to find out where this background is here, and you can't remember where you set it, it could either be the section or it could be a row, and it could even be a column as well. So this is a good way to kind of get that overview. You're also able to move these up and down if you're wanting to change the order of each of the sections too. This second one where it says pop-up, this is actually where you would build your pop-up. You can also come in and change the pop-up settings here as well, but there's an icon up the top too for that. So it's similar to making the website pages in how you build it. You add the rows and templates, and there will be a separate tutorial for that also. Pages is how you can quickly change between the pages within the website, and you can also do it from this drop down up the top here as well. So there's two buttons to navigate between pages. Tracking code is where you would be putting any header code or Google Analytics. Custom CSS, some of our templates do have some CSS in here. For this one, that CSS is likely to be for the scrolling text that we've put in. So if you're needing to add any more custom CSS, this is where you would be doing it here. Typography would be setting your heading font and your content font, and you can also set a primary color for your text if it's anything other than black, and your link color as well. Next, we have the background. You can set an image as the background and also a background color. So if it's anything other than white that your primary color is, then this is where you can do it here rather than having to set it on each individual section. Again, this is where you can do the pop-up settings and create new pop-ups. And then we have SEO metadata. Again, there will be a separate tutorial specifically around SEO, but this is where you come in and actually set it. So the content, you've got your meta title and description, keywords, author, social sharing image, so that it doesn't just share as your logo, links and tags, and then setting the website or page language as well. Once you've done that, it'll come up with the example of it as well. Next, we have preview custom code. So for example, this one here is custom code. So if I want to see what that actually looks like, you can click on this and turn it on and off so you can actually see what it looks like in the live version. Cookie consent, if you're wanting to have your privacy policy and cookie consent turned on. And then this one here is asking whether you want to have it as a 2-column mode or an auto, and I'll explain what that means. At the moment, I have it set into 2-column code. So when the settings sections on the right-hand side are open, it pushes the whole screen across so that it doesn't overlap the page. Whereas if I have it as auto and I turn the settings, you'll see that it actually overlaps what's on the page here. So I think personally it's better to stick with a 2-column mode. Here you can switch between desktop and mobile modes, and it's best to always check both, of course. This is where you can find out keyboard shortcuts. You can go into revision or version histories here in case you've made a mistake, and then opening up or hiding settings on the right hand side.